Yeah, so there I was about 12 months ago, travelling around Australia as part of the Property Player Group rollout, and I was sharing my vision. And I guess I was a little bit like JFK in 1961. He stood there, he had the audacity to stand there and suggest to the world, to the media and the whole world, that he was going to put a man on the moon within the next decade. When he said that, this is the thing I find so amazing and why I have so much admiration for that guy. When he said that, he had no idea whatsoever as to how they were actually going to do it. He didn't know the how, he knew the what. He had that creative vision of saying, we're going to go to the moon, way up there, even though we have no idea whatsoever how we're going to do it. In fact, the technological advances required to actually make that trip, they weren't invented yet. So here I was with this vision of having a network of investors, primarily property investors. That was my passion, my focus, but ultimately people that were wealth creators, a network of wealth creators all around the world, so that, one, we could connect with each other. When there was opportunities in different parts of the world, we'd have trusted resources to connect with, to test and check the material. That was really what was so profound. And I'll tell you where this really came from. Obviously, studying the property market in Australia, travelling around, talking at the expos, it was my responsibility to be aware of the different market forces around the country. What were the fundamentals driving the marketplaces in different areas? Well, now the stage got bigger. When I joined Excel and I started learning from Roger Hamilton and in fact became a master practitioner in wealth dynamics, well, all the rules changed. You see, because the major key players, the big wealth creators, they go where the cycles take them. So if property, for example, is booming in one state, one area, one suburb, well then investors flock to that area. But yet for some reason we're still reluctant to flock to another country unless you're a big player. Well, if we all got together in teams all around the world, well then collectively we are a big player, and all of the little guys can connect in with bigger players and ultimately become a bigger group. I figured if I get the dream clear enough, the vision clear enough, then the rules that apply to wealth dynamics suggest that the right people will be attracted in and support me to discover the more detailed answers about how we go about doing this. And of course that's what happened. In October last year, I was in Bali, master practitioner course, and of course Petrus Carstens turns up. I'm sitting in a four-wheel drive travelling from our hotel to where we were to do the course. And Petrus, as he is, pricked up, his eyes opened, and he said, I can't believe this, that someone on the other side of the world is doing exactly the same thing. This guy, Petrus, has so much integrity, so much care for the people he partners with, and of course everybody in our network becomes our partner. So I'm really, really rapt to think not only has he now been out to Australia to start rolling out the diamond course and then building into the structure of these teams. How do we make the teams work? So we have a structure and a system now for bringing everyone together. He came here in January, created these great little teams in all of the states around Australia. We've also went to Singapore. Petrus asked me to go across to Singapore and present with him, which was fantastic. Building a great team. People like Dave Rogers over in Singapore has been very supportive and become one of our key players now. He's joined us, Martin Anstey in Singapore, and Alan Chung from Hong Kong. And now Petrus is coming back, end of May, start of June. We'll be in New Zealand. There's some awesome stuff happening over there, so we're looking forward to that. And then, of course, back to Melbourne, Adelaide, and over to Perth. And we've got some awesome players, and I would really welcome everybody to come along and check it out for yourself. Here's one key thing I'd like to say, just to finish off. We have an absolute commitment that we're not an education company. We're not trying to flog a course, even though we do the diamond course as an introduction so that we get a common sense of language, a common sense of commitment, so people get to know and check out what we're doing and how the system works. But more poignantly, that course is of great value to you as an individual. You will learn stuff that you do not get elsewhere. Petrus Carstens has a master's degree in the concept of effective giving. Now, what he understands, though, is if you have no money, you've got no money to give. So it's actually about wealth creation, but from a great place of heart. So I would encourage you to come along and check it out. Get a sense of Petrus's heart, of the system and the values that we aspire to. Become part of the team. Step up and play the game. Stop being a spectator and make your dreams come true.